In this video, we are going to discuss the previous year questions of mains examination relating to ancient and medieval India and try to correlate with the mains syllabus. I will try to keep the video bilingual, so let's get into it. So first have a look at the main syllabus. So we are going to discuss about these two units, unit 1 and unit 2. So as the syllabus mentioned, main focus point should be political, economic, social and cultural history of India starting from Harappan civilization to 10th century AD. So this period mostly deals with, I'm going to write IVC, that is Indus Valley Civilization, Vedic period, Mahajanpadas and most important, Buddhism, Jainism, Mauryan Empire, Guptas, Harshvardhana, another important ruler, Harsha, and Rajput rulers and Solas. Okay, so this is just to give you a brief idea about what should be our main focus points. Now pertaining to unit 2, it has the same important points like the above unit. I'm underlining it, and the period is 11th to 18th century AD. So in this topic, our main focus should be slave dynasty, Delhi Sultanate and Mughal. That is the most important. I think we should focus on it, most important. And you can also cover later Rajputs. Now in this part, second, so this Mughal rulers and their administration. So this deals with taxes, local administration, women's status, etc. And this part is very important, emergence of composite culture, that is the mix of Indian and Islamic culture, commonly called Indo-Islamic. So basically dealing with art forms and how it merged with the Indian culture. Third part is impact of British rule on Indian economy. So dealing with this part, impact of British rule on Indian economy and society. So important topics under this would be drain of wealth theory, and modern education perhaps, and etc. Okay, now studying these two units in detail would give us further advantages, as we can cover the prelims examination also. We will be in good shape to handle prelims question regarding this part of unit 2, as we will cover most of this topic in detail if we prepare well for our mains syllabus. Okay, so let's begin. First question, methods adopted by Ashoka for propagation of Buddhism. So in this question we could have written that he organized third council of Buddhism, okay, and sent missionaries to other countries and so on and so forth. Just to give an example, this question came for 15 marks. Second question, describe the economic condition of Harappan civilization. Okay, so this question also came for 15 marks. So in this question we could have written about the social structure and economic conditions of the Harappan civilization. As we know that it was quite modern and trade and economics flourished during that time. We could have given examples of granaries found, and they traded in stone and metal, and furthermore we would have elaborated on that aspect. So these two questions came for 15 marks. Now, describe the development of science and tech in Gupta period. This was also a good question. So in this question, we could have discussed about points regarding that Aryabhatta, Varamihira, Brahmagupta. These all belong to Gupta era, and mathematics and astronomy, evolution of zero, and furthermore, right? So let's read the next question. Evaluate the role of Bimbisara in the rise of Magadha. This you could have done. I'm not going to explain. This is easily available. Throw light on the socio-economic background of rise of Buddhism. See again, Buddhism is a very important question, and you should read in detail about Buddhism. Mention important sources of Harshvardhana. Another important topic, Harshvardhana. He is very important, and you should read in detail about Harshvardhana too. So as we know, there are literary sources and epigraphical sources. To name a few literary sources, there are Brihaspati and Katyayana Smritis, and epigraphical sources, that is the Mehroli Iron Pillar, Allahabad Pillar, and Kalidas Fahin. There are many novels, so as to call it books regarding this period. Now, if I'm going to discuss all the questions, it is going to take time, so I'm just going to highlight the important topic you should focus on. See, decline of IVC. Okay, social conditions, again social conditions of later Vedic age, position of women, etc. Was it good, was it bad? Then this one is very important question. Gupta golden era, why was it called golden era? What was the position of women, etc. You should read in detail and mainly focus on social, economical and cultural prospects of each ruler and their dynasty. Now, see again this doctrine of Jainism, popularity of Buddhism. These questions are repeating again and again, and that is what I'm trying to highlight. Jainism, Buddhism, these are main topics you should focus on. The Udasi tradition, administration system of Megasthesis as described by Megasthesis, Chola village administration, again Chola. Discuss cultural outcome. So you can stop and take a screenshot of these questions. Discuss cultural contact of ancient India with Southeast Asia. This was a tough question, but you could have related it with Guptas and their trade in sea, etc. Okay. Now Kanishka is a patron of Buddhism. Again Buddhism, see, this is a very important theme you should focus on. Note of Harsha as a scholar. That is also, Harsha is also very important, as I mentioned earlier. Now 3 markers: Gautamiputra, Satkarni, Mokri dynasty, Vishaka Datta, the author, Battle of Kalinga, Sarnath, Harihar and Bukka, and you can read, pause and read. Regarding sources, I would suggest Tamil Nadu Board, class 11th history, new one. This should suffice, but if you need more, then you can refer to India's ancient past, by R.S. Sharma, and Medieval India by Satish Chandra. Basically they are old NCERTs. And for 3 markers, most important, that is Ghatna Chakra. This will give you a practice for 3 markers. They have detailed and brief solutions too. Okay, so I hope you find this video useful, and if you would like me to discuss these questions in detail, please do let me know in the comments box. Thank you and see you in the next one.